So as I shared in the previous video, short before I went to ayahuasca, I had a fight with my wife, and I was short, to maybe not go because I was so confused inside of this fight. As it was a small thing, but it kind of bursted out. And while I was in the ceremony, there came different pictures or scenes from my life where I was alone and heartbroken. So for example, maybe in a previous relationship, where we had a big trouble and then broke up or similar things, and I was maybe alone in the car and so heartbroken. And with ayahuasca, I kind of could go to the scene and understand a bit also the source. And the source is that I was 6 weeks early. I was born 6 weeks early, and I was 3 weeks living in an incubator. And so in an incubator, you're not like with the mother together, but you're in this box kind of. Sometimes you're with your parents. I remember my mother said you can put a hand inside and caress a bit the baby, but you're not really with the mother all the time. And my son was a home birth, so he was right after the birth with the mother all the time, in touch with the skin and so on. And there I understood how different it is, like the feeling you might have as newborn, where you're needing this security. And I mean, I'm thankful that there is incubators, because maybe without I would not survive. So it's, life is always like it is. But just the feeling that this little creature is alone there, not with the mother. Maybe in the night it wakes up, the mother's not there and doesn't know where someone is, And this is kind of, for a normal baby in a normal situation, that would be death, if the mother is not there. And therefore I imagine what feelings a baby has in the situation, or I had. And so with ayahuasca, I kind of could go back to this situation, but also to the situation where I was alone after maybe the breakup or something, where I was alone and heartbroken. And I could kind of understand that I repeated in my life in several moments this feeling. I kind of went to this situation to feel this, and to, in some way, or repeat it to feel it again, kind of to get the confirmation that I'm alone and heartbroken, that because I know this feeling. So I kind of repeated this in my life several times. With ayahuasca, kind of, I could go to these moments and say to the little creature, or to me when I was 20 or something and alone and heartbroken, I could say, poor Dominic, I know it's very hard and very painful, but it's okay, And then I did a ceremony, kind of in the ayahuasca ceremony, to give this remembering of these moments, like to put it on a little boat and let it go into the sea and say goodbye to it, like when you put, I think in some traditions, you put a dead body on this, you put it on fire and put it on the sea. And like this I did with this remembering, that I don't need it anymore and I could let it go. And this was in connection with the fight I had with my partner, because it was always that I still feel maybe that I'm alone and heartbroken, that this is the thing which I need, and that I'm not, really can trust the relationship deep inside. It's not conscious, it's something unconscious. And therefore I remember that the shaman said that the most important thing is confianza, because we're in Spain, so trust. And so to trust in the process, to trust. And when in the ceremony itself, I had this, it just came to me, the confianza, like in the English, you say my fiancé, this is my partner. And so like con is with, so confianza, it means trust, but it can also, you can put it in this way, confianza, with your spouse or with your partner. And so it was not alone, but with your partner. And that sometimes in these fights, I feel that I'm alone in some way, but that it's not the case, that I can trust like in a deep way. And so that was one very powerful insight which I got in this ceremony.